obviously, media, thank you for coming on. Sorry, apologize about the little bit of the delay. My voice is still lost from last night's game. Incredible game. Back-to-back years to be able to have confetti falling from the sky. Coach Sumrall holding up the conference championship trophy and a goalpost coming down. So right after this press conference, I'll get right on to funding and fixing that goalpost so we can do. But it's great problems to have, right, guys? And so it's extremely exciting time for us to be able to go to the Birmingham Bowl on Saturday, December 23rd versus a Power 5 opponent, to be the first Sun Belt Conference school ever to play a Power 5 opponent from the ACC. It's simply incredible. At this time, we do not know who that opponent is, but this is a major reward, not only for Troy University, for Coach Sumrall, for our student athletes, our players, but it's also for our fans. We really are going to make an extremely huge push and effort to be able to take over that stadium, and that's what we need to do. I think that's one of the reasons why ESPN picked us with this bowl. This is a top-tier bowl, and so typically this is an SEC, ACC opponent, and for us to be picked in this is huge. It's in our home state. It's where a lot of our student athletes come from. We'll be able to have the parents as well as family and friends to be able to come drive to this, as well as all of our fans. So it's very convenient, and we're really looking forward to Trojan Nation taking it over. At this time, I'd take it for questions.
Sorry, hey Brent. It's Jamal in Montgomery. Like you just mentioned before, the recognition to put Troy in a bowl like this against a Power 5 opponent like this. What do you think that says about maybe the view or how the committee or whoever selects these bowls, how they view Troy football now?
I think the brand, I think it says a tremendous amount for our brand of football, the style of football that we play, as well as the great work. I mean, we have 11 wins, right? And so we have 23 wins over the last 2 years. And I don't want to speak for any of our student athletes or our football program, or as well as Coach Summerall, but that's a big deal. That's a big deal. And so to have 12 teams in the Sun Belt Conference, 12 of 14, to be able to be bowl eligible and to be able to be in a bowl, and for us to be able to get the number one spot to be spun out and to be able to get an SEC bowl in our footprint for our fans that can travel, it's huge. This is going to be this is nationally televised. This is going to be on the mothership of ESPN. We're really excited about the publicity, the notoriety, and I think it just speaks wonders for our program, our student athletes, and our brand of football. Nice, nice hoodie too, by the way, Jamal. Appreciate that. It's awesome.
Hey, Brent, it's Josh.
And I need to
Where's
correct one thing. I'm sorry. We're actually not on ESPN. It's even more high profile. We're on ABC. So that just tells you. Go back to your comment, Jamal, about the brand and about the exposure on ABC. That's amazing.
Brent, what does this say about the job that Coach Summerall has done in the last 2 years?
I think it speaks volumes, right? And so I just talked about, today, I believe it's 2 years from when we hired Coach Summerall and went through the process, and it was very deliberate. It took about 3 weeks, probably a week too long for Coach Summerall. If you know him, he's a pretty passionate person who has a plan, and we had a plan as well. And so I really appreciate Chancellor Hawkins and his visionary leadership. I appreciate the Board of Trustees and what they're able to do, the alignment that we have at Troy University, and it really begins with our Board of Trustees and Chancellor Hawkins, and it goes all the way down to our student athletes and our fan base. This past year, for us to have the highest attended season in the history of Troy football, it's simply incredible. That's back-to-back years. That is the Summerall effect. Coach Summerall, look, Troy football is in an amazing position. Adam, you can check me if I'm wrong, but I believe we've had 5 10-win seasons in the last 8 years. That's simply incredible. It doesn't matter if you're, ACC, SEC, Group of 5, Sun Belt, American, whatever that is. That's really, really powerful. And so on the 2-year anniversary of Coach Summerall, to have back-to-back Sun Belt Conference victories, I'll be lying if saying this is not what we expected, but this is what we hoped for. And this is the vision that Coach Sumrall sold us, what he told us he was going to do, and he was going to get to work. And if you notice, a lot of the players that were here through some of the seasons that we did not have the success that we expected and wanted are now being able to go out with 2 rings, which is simply great.
Hey, Brent, can you kind of share how it worked this morning, or how it works as far as, are you waiting to hear from people, or are you in conversations with folks? All of the above?
My stomach was in knots this morning, and there's a lot of horse trading going on. There's a lot of this bowl might be possible, this might be possible. I thought several different bowls were possibilities last night. When I went to bed about 1 o'clock, I think y'all can see how tired we are, right? We put on an amazing event last night and still cleaning that up from our staff. And but as as I got home and thought about it and talked to Commissioner Gill, we knew we were going to be the number 1 team selected. And when you have 12 teams and you have 5 contractual bowl games, a lot of teams are going to be spun out. And so one of our big things was we wanted to have an amazing experience for our student athletes. We wanted to have the best exposure possible for our program. And we wanted to be able to have our fans as well as our families to be able to travel to it. We wanted a great opponent. And Commissioner Keith Gill was able to do that working with ESPN. But I was on the phone probably for almost maybe 3.5 hours this morning, up to we actually had to delay the team meeting, or at least our announcement, for about 5 minutes to get the final word. And obviously we still don't know the opponent outside of it's from the ACC. So we're really excited about it, again, to be the first Sun Belt Conference school to ever play a Power 5 team. And these are very rare and far and few between, right? If you look at it to see how many right now, and I haven't been able to look at the whole scope, the whole bowl landscape, but there's not many opportunities to play Power 5 and Group of 5 outside of New Year's Sixes. And so this is a huge testament to our football team, as Coach Sumrall, as well as Trojan Nation, because ESPN owns these bowls, and they're looking for the best exposure as well as ticket sales.
Have they given you any kind of timetable on when you might find out for sure?
I'm hoping this afternoon. I would think that's acceptable for what we have. I've already spoken to their bowl director, and I think this afternoon we will know who that is.
Brent, Nick Brooks with WTV Wide Island Dothan. You mentioned, the exposure, and it's fairly close for a lot of Troy fans. There's probably a lot of Troy fans already in Birmingham. Just talk about, Troy fans willing to travel. They showed up well in Orlando last year, but now just 2.5 hours away from Troy, give or take. Just to kind of talk about what you expect from fans in this bowl game.
Well, first off, the Birmingham Bowl, it's a Tier 1 bowl. We're excited to be able to play in it. Coastal Carolina played in it last year. And so I just really think that it allows us the opportunity to really highlight this amazing team, and for us to, Trojan Nation to show up once again. Last night, I think, was indicative of the support we've had this past year, and that goes from our student athletes to our staff, our marketing, communications, development, fundraising, ticket sales, as well as Coach Sumrall, as well as our administration in the city of Troy. To be able to have the crowd that we had last night in pouring down rain, as a lot of y'all were there at the game. I mean, it was not the most pleasant game conditions to be in. Now the score was pleasant for sure, but it was somewhat nasty out there. And to see our students, we actually had more students show up in the second half, almost 1,200 more come in at halftime, which was simply incredible to be able to see that kind of support. I think we're going to be able to see that in Birmingham, and significant amount of our student athletes, our football players, are from the state of Alabama as well as Georgia, and then from that Birmingham area. So we're really looking forward to being able to show up and show out in Birmingham.
Hey, Brent, you sort of mentioned the rarity, for a G5 to get a P5 outside of the New Year's Six. Just kind of speaking about, that New Year's Six deal. How realistic or how close do you know were you guys to possibly snatching and getting that highest reach, G5 school qualification?
Well, let me tell you, I live my life by this. I only worry about a lot of things, but I can only focus on things that I can control. And I will tell you this: I think we were very close this year, and I think we were very deserving of being in a New Year's Six bowl. But ultimately, that was not for us in the cards this year. But I do think you see on the national stage what we've been able to do from last year to this year, to gaining votes, to being ranked, whatever that may be, back-to-back conference championships. And so I think we were very close. I think we had a great resume. I think our stats really tell the story. And so I know our league did a great job in putting that out there. We had conversations with several people going into the CFP, the final rankings, going into it, and they were talking about Troy. They were talking about the power of Troy. Kansas State's AD, who we played this year, is on the CFP. There's others that we know that really know the style of football that we play. And the power of the Sun Belt Conference. And so I feel really good about the trajectory of the Sun Belt Conference, but especially and particularly Troy football.
I appreciate y'all covering our program as always. Excited about what our team was able to accomplish last night. Very proud of their hard work and their fortitude to get things done and just stay in the course. Very resilient group, and could not be more grateful for what our players have accomplished and what they've put their mind to this season. Exciting news on the bowl stuff today. Get to play a Power 5 team in Birmingham. I think we'll have a tremendous crowd. I really want to challenge our fan base to show up and show out to support this team one more time in Birmingham, which will be, I think, a great venue for Troy football. And like Brent said, nationally televised game on ABC, which is a special opportunity for our team. So really just grateful for this bunch and look forward to getting back to the practice field here in a few days. They got finals coming up, so we got a lot of recruiting to do to try to see if we can bolster this roster and be good again next year. That's what I'll be hard at work on these next few days. But with that, we'll open up to questions.
Hey, Coach. Lindsay Bonner from WAKA in Montgomery. You just kind of mentioned it right there. What does the timeline kind of look like for you guys and, like, celebration and then getting back out there to work to get ready for this bowl?
Yeah, the celebration was last night. I think the players probably celebrated. I can promise you I did. Didn't sleep much. I think I went to bed at 1:30 and woke up at like 4:30, ready to go back to work. But had a good time celebrating. The guys they'll lift tomorrow, and they'll do some player-led stuff the next couple of days. We got great leadership on our team, and so our players will lead some lift stuff and some meeting stuff the next couple of days. We got dead day on Wednesday as finals approach. And then the coaches will be out on the road recruiting. Some of them are already out on the road right now. We've got a couple of official visitors here in town. We couldn't have official visits this weekend and have them to the game, so we brought a couple of guys in today. So I got a dinner here in a little while with recruits, and then I'll go recruit tomorrow and be out all week. Probably go catch a couple of the state championship games here in state this week. And I think we have like 12 official visits this weekend. We'll have practice this weekend. I'll probably sleep after the game. I don't know if I answered the question or not, but I think I did.
Hey, John. I know we're just finding out just within the last, 15 minutes that you would be at the Birmingham Bowl and still waiting on the opponent announcement. But what's it been like for you kind of waiting today on finding out, where you would be going? And did you just find out within the last hour or two? How'd all that
Yeah, I was getting texts from Brent like all hours. He's texting, hey, it could be here, it could be here, it could be here. I was going to propose maybe we could play the game here at Troy, I'd like to do that again. But, no, these things, I've been through this process enough times on the bowl selection stuff. It's like, I'll never forget one year as an assistant at another school, they told us we were going somewhere, and then some other team in our league didn't like it, so we got sent somewhere else. You just never know the pecking order and how it all works for TV and conference rankings. And I'm just glad we're still getting to play football. I don't care. mean, I think it's great we get to play it in the state, close to our fan base. But no, I found out, like, literally right when I was getting ready to walk into the team meeting today, we actually pushed the team meeting back a little bit to give us some time to hopefully find out where we're going. And I don't know if it's official on our opponent yet or not. I've heard ACC team. That gives you, I don't know, a bunch of other teams we could be playing against. I don't really know who yet.
Hey, Coach, Matt Val, Montgomery Advertiser. I remember last year before the Sun Belt title game, you were excited to be able to play on ESPN, on the regular ESPN. You're playing on ABC this year. How is that a step, up in excitement? How do you kind of rank that?
Yeah, I mean, I kid around sometimes with our games being on ESPN Plus, before dodgeball and after cornhole. But the opportunity, ABC covers premier sporting events, and it's obviously connected with the ESPN and same broadcast group. But it's exciting opportunity for our kids. I mean, to play on one of the major networks in ABC and to play on a Power 5 opponent and all those things, and to be able to play a little bit later game compared to maybe what some of our teams get to play is nice. It gives us a chance to have another recruiting weekend too, like the December the 16th weekend. We can have some recruits in town, which we wouldn't have been able to if we were playing that weekend probably. So there's a lot of benefits to it, but the coverage is nice, and I think it gives our guys a chance for some quality exposure for sure.
Hey, Coach, it's Josh. Just what does this mean for the program for you guys to become the first Sun Belt team to face a Power 5 opponent in a bowl game?
Yeah, I'm grateful that the selection process took us into enough consideration and rewarded our guys for their year with a really quality opportunity against what's going to be a good opponent. I mean, if you're playing a team coming out of the ACC, it's going to be a really good football team, and so it's bowl eligible. So I think that's a tremendous thing for our guys to have the chance to take on, and just really pleased that we're still getting to practice and play football and do it against a really good team, it looks like, coming up.
Hey, John, it's Jamal in Montgomery. Can you speak to maybe the strength of the Sun Belt that might have helped get you guys in this position? I mean, you talked about it last night. You kind of feel like the Sun Belt's maybe like a G5 SEC, but certainly the competition and the level of play that exists in this league maybe helped land you guys in this position.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've got 5 or 6 league bowl tie-ins, and so if there are only 5 or 6 eligible teams, we probably would have been slotted to just go to one of the normal tie-in games. Having 12 of the 14 teams bowl eligible, almost unheard of, I think. I mean, that's not very common, and so I think that produced an opportunity where we got spun out into a different game than the normal tie-in, and it's a testament to the parity in our league. I mean, like I talked about last night, just, man, top to bottom, this league is tough. I mean, it's challenging every week. You have to bring your A game, and I think we got a lot of people's best shot this year. I think people they circled us on their schedule a little bit, and so I think the quality of the league though definitely helped probably elevate our bowl destination for sure.
Hey, Gunner, it's Jamal in Montgomery. To get another opportunity to showcase Troy on a national level in a couple of weeks here at the end of the month, in a pretty big game. What does that mean to you? What does it mean to this football team just to get another chance to play?
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting, and being in Birmingham in the state of Alabama, I think Troy fans will really show up on the 23rd, and I think it's going to be a good time, a good game versus a P5 opponent, and I think we'll be ready.
Gunnar, just going back to yesterday, how fun was that experience after that game with the goalposts coming down again, the fans storming the field, your last game there at that stadium?
Yeah, that feeling doesn't get old. I mean, that's what we said at the beginning of the season. We want to do the same thing we did last year, and to actually do it again back-to-back is, I mean, it was fun. These past 2 years have been the best 2 years of my life. I mean, it's been awesome winning back-to-back conference champs.
Gunnar, how excited are you to be able to have this opportunity for you guys to be the first Sun Belt team to play a group of 5 in the bowl.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty cool. I actually didn't even know that a Sunbelt school hadn't played a Power 5 team in a bowl, but that's going to be exciting. And like everybody's been saying, it's a chance for us to showcase our football program, our culture, and really put us on the map.
Hey Gunnar, I know this team probably doesn't care about rankings and things like that, but to kind of have a similar run this year that you had last year in the way that the season ended, but to not see your name up there in one of those in that top 25 slot, does that maybe add, I don't know, like a chip or anything to your shoulder going into this game, but you maybe have a little bit something else to prove to people who watch around this country?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're really concerned with that. I mean, I guess it does give us a little edge to want to be ranked, and yeah, I think it's a good opportunity to actually get ranked and maybe even higher than we were last year after our bowl win last year.
For you, just going forward, Nick Brooks with WTBY. For you, just going forward, knowing you've got one game left of your college career, just kind of talk about, putting all the focus on preparing and stuff like that, doing a bunch of, lasts as you prepare for this bowl game.
Yeah, like Coach Sumrall said, we have some workouts and stuff this week, and we'll get on the opponent tomorrow, I guess, when we figure out this afternoon who we're playing. But, yeah, I mean, we're going to treat it like any other game, and we got a couple weeks to prepare, so we should be dialed in and know what we're going to get when we roll out the ball on the 23rd.
I just had a quick follow, Gunnar. I just talked to Jaden last night on the field after the game, and he said, a big driver of this team and why you guys are so close and able to accomplish the things that you accomplish is the love that you have for one another. I want to ask you about how you see that love kind of manifest itself throughout this team.
That's one of our core values. We got 4 core values: attitude, toughness, discipline, and then the last one's love. I think you can just see that when we're on the field playing with each other. Like Kamani scoring touchdowns, everybody's celebrating. Don Callis, when he got the fumble and scored, I mean, you can just see it with the energy we play with. When Vaughn gets a sack, I mean, it's special just to watch our teammates celebrate with each other on both sides of the ball. So, I mean, I think it speaks for itself when we're out there on the field playing.
Mr. Jamal Montgomery, they didn't speak to you last night after the game, but the defense really, started getting to the quarterback there in the second half. It kind of saw the tide swing there. How much fun was it just to be out there and finally be able to get opportunities to pin your ears back and get after the quarterback?
Yeah, it was just talking about that moment last night, just the opportunity just to win one. It's just absolutely huge for Troy and our team, and just a testament to our all our adversity we've been through all year. And so yeah, just to go out and just try to pin your ears back, go get a chance to go make a difference in the game is always something great to do for your team, man. And I love to do it for the guys. And everybody was on cylinders last night. TJ was getting back there. We had a DB go and get him one. So it's just a testament to all of our hard work.
Javon, it's Josh the Messenger. You may not want to speak on this just yet, but have you made a decision yet on your future?
Yeah, I'll try not to say too much, but as of right now, I'm just kind of focused on this bowl game. Just trying to take that next step. Just worry about these finals coming up. So there's a lot of things going on in life, but God's been blessing me, so I'm gonna just take it day by day. Thank you for asking, though.
Javon, Nick Brooks from WTBY down in Dothan. I know you're a team player and don't like to bring the attention to yourself, but to be able to be, the NCAA sack leader at the moment, just kind of talk about what that means to you to have that as accolade right now.
Yes, sir. First of all, glory to my Savior. It's truly a blessing. It's been a long road. There's so many people out there that just helped me get to the point I am right now, and I don't know where I would be without them. My family is a huge vocal point in my life, and like the amount of teammates that I have bringing me up, trying to get me to do better, and the amount of coaches I have that just poured into my life,
It's a blessing truly, and to be where I'm at right now, I love it, and I truly enjoy it. I'm so thankful for everything I have. Truth be told, and yeah, I appreciate it.
Hey, Javon, it's John at the Desert Eagle. What's your initial thoughts on being able to play in Birmingham, where a lot of the Troy fans will be able to get there?
Yeah, it's a huge opportunity, and I think that's probably the perfect bowl for us, being in Alabama, and of course, like last night, like Brent Jones, he came and said, like it's just all of a sudden fans just start flooding in after halftime. It was deeper than it was in the first quarter, and usually like kind of like vice versa, but like so just like the energy just to be able to take over a stadium is something that I feel like sports, like seeing on TV, may not get to understand. But being there, just to be able to get the momentum swing, the crowd in your favor is a huge advantage. And I'm thankful for the fans last night, and I can't wait to see them in Birmingham.
Hey Javon, Lindsey Bonner from WAKA in Montgomery. Just curious on your thoughts about getting to play on a stage like ABC.
Yeah, it's absolutely a dream come true. You like a lot of people don't even have the opportunity just playing through college throughout, and just for us to be able to play that during a bowl game is absolutely phenomenal. And we're going to take it very serious. People call bowl games a week to relax and go on vacation. All that is true, but at the end of the day, we're going to take this very serious, lock in, to be able to get the job done on the big stage.
And then just a follow-up question, kind of what was it like last night? You guys won the conference title, and then kind of just awaiting your fate to see which bowl game you were going to get.
Yeah, win that conference title last night. Like I said, was a true moment come true. Like ever since January, you put in so many hours and dedication to this, and to see the fruits of your labor come true, it's just amazing. And the guys you're winning with is even more wholesome. We got great people on this team, great seniors that I'm gonna dearly miss, and we're just gonna try to keep stacking our pennies day by day. And we all come into the meeting like wondering who we're gonna get, what's gonna happen. As soon as we get that our opponent, I know we're all gonna dial in, and coach is gonna get right to understanding what we gotta do to come out all cylinders and be our best.
Javon, last question for me. We obviously don't know what the future holds for you, but this is going to be the last game that you guys play as the 2023 Troy Trojans. Kind of talk about, a bunch of lasts for you as you guys prepare to take on your opponent in the next bowl.
Yeah, totally. So just basically like just starting out here in Troy in 2019. Of course it hasn't been the most smoothest ride of a college career, but when you get around a group of people that's willing to buy in and willing to turn things around, you see what happens. You get 2 rings back to back with a coaching staff that pours into their players like I never seen before, and it's great. I get asked often like how are you sad about this? Do you feel a way this person's leaving? And truth be told, you do feel a certain way, but when you make most of the moments that you're with them, it's not really too much to feel bad about. You take pride in the people that you're with, and make every moment count. So when that time comes to end, it's more or less like you can live on it. You can live on the moments you enjoy with them. So going to the Birmingham Bowl to be able to be with these guys is something you all take in at once, and then at the end of the day, when everybody gotta go their separate ways, you always remember these moments here. So just can't wait, and I love these guys, and I'm so appreciative of them. I thank God for the group we have. It's truly remarkable what happens when people come in together just for one cause, to win a championship. So God bless those boys and everybody.
Hey, Javon, just quickly, one more from me. That was a great answer. Sorry, it's hard not to end on that one. But along the same lines of kind of how you've seen this program grow and being here, and this year especially, the way that the season's going to end with the nationally televised games, how that's kind of become a normal for y'all. How important is that for the future of this program? Just the exposure that you guys have gotten and kind of what you've proved, kind of in a way that maybe like Troy football is here or it's back and it's back to its old way.
Yes, sir, absolutely. It sets the tone. It sets the tone for the young guys. Of course, last year we had a couple young guys that was able to see what it looks like when a bunch of old heads get together and just want to win for one. But now on this team, you have 60+ new guys that are a part of something way bigger than themselves, coming from high school to a place that's known for winning. It takes a lot for them to lock in on their own. So to be able to reflect upon people like Gunner, people have a great O-line like Grant, and a lot of old heads being looked at as leaders is something huge going into the Troy's future. And I feel like that's where we take advantage of part, and like especially coach, like during the summer, we have this whole thing like a young guy has to meet with a young guy. They have to have lunch. They have a conversation. Coach bring it up randomly, ask questions, and I love it because it shows the passion that we have for each other, and how relationships will last forever. So I think that sets up Troy's future in the best way for us to lead them the right way. And when it's time for us to pass the torch, they're quickly at attention to whatever comes their way.
Everybody good? All right, great. Thanks, Ron.
Appreciate y'all. God bless.
Appreciate everyone. As soon as we know an opponent, we'll be sure to let everybody know. I know there's reports out there. I don't know how accurate those are. We can't confirm anything on what has been reported as far as an opponent, but hopefully we'll know something soon. We'll send emails out. I know there's a media event in Birmingham on Thursday with Coach Sumrall, so that'll probably be the next opportunity to get in touch with somebody. If y'all need anything, let me know. Thanks. Thank you, Mr. Bond.